Driving in Costa Rica is either totally fine or complete chaos, and sometimes it's both at the same time. If you're planning on renting a car in Costa Rica, this video will mentally prepare you so you don't completely lose your cool 5 minutes after leaving the airport. It's not bad, it's just different. And as long as you understand the rules and the unwritten rules, you're gonna be totally fine. So let's jump into it. Costa Rica drives on the right side of the road, just like the United States and Canada. To legally drive here, you need to be at least 18 years old, have a valid driver's license from your home country, and your passport with a valid entry stamp. Most visitors won't need to have an international driver's license, which is pretty nice. Now, let's talk navigation. Waze is by far the best navigation app in Costa Rica. Yeah, I know it's owned by Google, but I find that Waze tends to be a little bit more accurate when it comes to traffic conditions. You definitely want to download the offline maps on Google as well, just in case you run into a place where you don't have service. And always check traffic before you go. Always. What seems like a simple 2-hour drive can easily turn into 5 hours. Just like my last trip from Jaco to San Jose, which should take about 2 hours, ended up taking 5 painful hours because of construction, traffic, and accidents. So do yourself a favor and check on Waze before you go. Now, let's talk about the part that most people don't expect, lane discipline. For some drivers here, traffic rules are more of a suggestion, and here's some examples. People don't always stay right unless passing. You may get passed on the right, and you may need to pass someone on the right. I've even seen people passing on solid double yellow lines. And merging, well, that's an experience in itself. If a lane is ending, some cars merge early just like you'd expect, but others fly down the merging lane just to get a few cars ahead. If you're having trouble merging, here's the Costa Rican merging technique. Turn on your blinker, roll down your window, and stick your hand out the side that you want to turn into. Wave it up and down a few times until somebody lets you in. I know it sounds strange, but this actually works. But here's the secret. You also have to let people in. Driving here is cooperative chaos. If nobody lets anyone merge, nobody moves. And after you let someone in, you're likely to see their hazard lights come on. And this is not what you think. This is actually how drivers communicate with each other. Flashing your hazards doesn't just mean there's a problem. It can be how people say, hey, thanks for letting me in. Heads up, I'm slowing down really fast. Or there's something on the road that you should watch out for. It's like a multifunctional communication tool. You may also encounter intersections where there's a light that has one side flashing yellow and the other side flashing red. The flashing yellow, treat like a yield sign. The flashing red, treat like a stop sign. But drive defensively because not everybody follows the rules. Police and accidents. Hopefully you avoid both, but these are the things you need to know. There's 2 types of police here. The first are the ones that drive the blue truck, and these are the transit police that handle all the traffic stops. The normal police, they drive a white truck, and they don't typically get involved with transit stuff. Both types of police typically drive with their light bars on, and that doesn't necessarily mean you need to pull over unless they're right behind you and have their sirens on too. This is very important. If you get into an accident, don't move the vehicles. Take as many pictures and videos as possible to document the scene and wait for the transit police to show up to write the official report. It can take some time for them to show up, so patience is key. And this is why I recommend, if you're going for a drive, bring a snack and a drink just in case. Motorcycles. They deserve their own section because they play by their own set of rules. If there's space between you and another car, there might be a motorcycle in it. They pass on the left, they pass on the right, and in big traffic jams, they just jump in and out of traffic from every angle. Some bikes here are so underpowered or completely overloaded that they struggle to maintain freeway speed. Just give plenty of space and keep your head on a swivel. Now, let's talk about the rental car reality and some general tips for the road. Do you need a 4x4? For most major tourist destinations, no. But having a higher clearance vehicle is definitely helpful. If you're staying at remote Airbnbs or exploring off the beaten path areas, a 4x4 is a good call. Highway 27 is the main highway that connects San Jose to the West Coast beaches, and you do have to pay tolls. But while you're on the 27, roadside assistance is included. Something nice here is that the gas prices are controlled by the government. So no matter what station you go to, the price is always going to be the same. An attendant will pump your gas and no tip is required. Here's the truth. Costa Ricans are some of the kindest and warmest people you'll ever meet. But behind the wheel, things can get a little competitive. Driving in Costa Rica isn't worse, it's just different, and drivers here have their own ways to interpret the rules of the road. But if you remember these 3 things, you'll be fine. Be patient, drive defensively, and have good driving karma. Allow others to merge, because you might need somebody to return the favor. It's not as smooth as driving in Germany, but somehow it works. And yes, renting a car is definitely worth it. Just mentally prepare yourself first. Thanks for hanging out with Peligro Life. Don't forget to check out some of my other Costa Rican travel tips. Stay safe, stay wild.